What if I told you the toughest enemy you'll ever face isn't out there? It's not the person who hurt you. It's not the people who doubt you. It's not even life itself. It's the voice inside your own head. The one that whispers, "You're not enough." The one that says, "Why even try?" Yeah, that's the real war. And it never truly ends. This matters more than you think. Because most of the battles you're fighting in the world are just reflections of the battle going on inside you. You chase success, you prove people wrong, you push harder than ever, but deep down, the real fight is with the version of you that doesn't believe. And here's the harsh truth. You can't run from this enemy. You can't ignore it, because it lives where you live. In your thoughts, in your fears, in your doubts. So let's talk about this enemy. What it looks like, how it works, and how to fight back. First, this enemy doesn't attack loud. It whispers. It shows up in small ways. When you're about to try something new, and suddenly that thought hits. What if you fail? Who are you to even try this? People will laugh. That's not the world talking. That's you, attacking yourself. And most people don't even notice it. They call it being realistic. They call it being safe. But in reality, it's fear wearing your own voice. It's like a shadow. You don't see it clearly, but it's always there. Right behind every decision, right behind every doubt. Second, this enemy knows your weaknesses better than anyone else. Because it is you. It remembers every mistake you've ever made. It brings up every time you fell short. It replays your worst moments like a highlight reel. And just when you start to believe in yourself, it whispers. Remember that time you failed? Remember how that felt? And the worst part? You believe it, because it sounds familiar. It sounds like you. But here's something powerful. That voice can only use your past against you if you let it. Your past doesn't define your future. But your thoughts about it do. And here's the harsh truth. You can't run from this enemy. You can't ignore it, because it lives where you live. In your thoughts, in your fears, in your doubts. Third, this enemy grows when you stay silent. When you don't challenge it. When you let the negative talk loop in your mind without saying a word back. Because silence gives it power. The less you fight it, the stronger it gets. Think about it. If someone outside said to you half the things you say to yourself, you'd never let them talk to you again. But when it's your own voice, you just accept it. You live with it. You believe it. This is why so many people give up on themselves without even realizing it. They don't get destroyed from the outside. They get defeated from the inside, quietly, slowly, daily. Second, this enemy knows your weaknesses better than anyone else. Because it is you. It remembers every mistake you've ever made. It brings up every time you fell short. It replays your worst moments like a highlight reel. And just when you start to believe in yourself, it whispers. Remember that time you failed? But here's something powerful. That voice can only use your past against you if you let it. Your past doesn't define your future. But your thoughts about it do. Every time you let that voice win, it grows stronger. And every time you face it, it loses a little bit of its power. But don't get it wrong. This isn't about destroying that voice. It's about learning how to control it. Because the same mind that tries to break you can also build you. The same voice that says, "You can't," can be trained to say, "You can." That's your power. The moment you stop letting your inner critic control the story, you become dangerous. Because then, nothing outside of you can break you anymore. Fourth, the enemy doesn't disappear. It evolves. Every new level of your life brings a new version of that inner voice. When you grow, it grows too. When you step up, it steps up its game. And that's why this battle never ends, because becoming the best version of yourself means learning how to keep fighting this war inside, again and again. Fifth, your enemy feeds on comfort. It thrives when you stay in the same place, do the same things, avoid discomfort. Because when you push your limits, you expose its lies. The moment you take action despite the fear, that voice gets quieter. Not gone, but weaker. And with every step forward, you take back control. This is why growth hurts. Because every time you level up, that inner enemy panics. It throws every fear, every doubt, every excuse at you, trying to keep you where you are. Not because it wants to destroy you, but because it wants to protect you. It's trying to keep you safe in the only way it knows how. But safety and growth don't live in the same place. So ask yourself right now, are you going to let that voice control your life? Or are you finally going to fight back? If this hit you, it's probably because you've been fighting that enemy for a long time. And maybe today's the day you stop losing to it. Drop a yes in the comments if you're ready to fight back. Share this with someone who's fighting their own war in silence. And don't forget to subscribe, because this journey is just getting started. So here's your takeaway: the enemy you'll fight your whole life isn't a person. It's your thoughts, your fears, your doubts, but it's also your greatest weapon. Because when you master your mind, you become unstoppable. Every dream, every goal, every version of yourself you've ever wanted is waiting on the other side of that battle. And no, it won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Because nothing feels stronger than looking your biggest fear in the eye and saying, "Not today."